Cheap Seats, episode number 60. The big 60.
Wow.
It's an old podcast.
I don't
we're
believe
old
it.
now. You don't
Prove
believe
it.
it. I don't
I don't.
remember what happened the last 59 episodes, but we made it here one way or another. Hey, Dalton was telling me this before. We have been noticed by his peers. We have.
What do you mean?
I can't really get into detail of how, but
my boss found our YouTube and brought it up to me today.
Like in the recommendations.
What, in the recommendation?
Yeah, like no searching. In the recommendation. I'm surprised we actually popped up in that. Like, I swear no one watched
posting these to Spotify again?
Yeah, they're back on Spotify.
Okay, good. My mom's going to be happy.
Yeah, I got to make your mom happy.
Yeah, Mama Dunk.
Doesn't your brother listen to it on Spotify?
Yeah, he listened to them while he's in the car rides and stuff.
See, yeah, I noticed. I didn't think Spotify was the main audience for this, but it is.
It is, yeah.
That's what it is. So, Bryce, you're back after missing last week?
Yep, went to a fire concert last week.
Almost got into a fight with someone, I heard.
Yep, there's a drunk guy, and I thought he was going to knock my buddy out that was there. Or not my buddy, some guy I just met, but I was going to defend him because he's in our group, and I'm like, all right, people's elbow off the top rope.
That's one of those situations where like you have to.
You have to, yeah.
You get dragged into it. You're like,
I would try and break it up, but if I got hit, it's night.
Yeah,
bitch.
That's true. Like you go to the bar with one of your buddies, and then they start like talking shit, or some other dude starts talking shit to them, or they start talking shit to someone else.
Say you just had a buddy that came, like only two of you guys knew. Like say you and Mason knew one guy, and we were all at the bar. And I don't know the guy, but I'm just talking to him. And then he's got beef with somebody else. It's like, well, you kind of got to do something. You kind of got to intervene and help out.
It's one of those things, though, where like, do you even really want to help? But you have to be the person to help.
Yeah, you have to be obligated to help. Yeah, because if you don't, it'd be like, oh, I'm a bitch.
Well, then that causes problems in the future too.
Yeah,
like,
that too.
You didn't fucking stand up for me, dude. What are you some type of pussy? Like,
yeah, what a bitch.
Right.
So
Nick, you're back in here too.
Yeah,
on time this episode.
Yep.
Nick, big news out of the NFL. They're banning the hip drop tackle.
Fucking pussies.
What is this stupid about?
Did you hear what they were saying on the Pat McAfee show though?
What were they saying?
They're saying that they think this is going to be a preseason thing where they're going to enforce it in the preseason, and it's going to go away by the time the actual season starts. And little thing here, let's talk about the new gate kickoff.
The kickoff's not bad.
It's terrible.
No, the kickoff is not fucking bad.
Is a beautiful, regular kickoff before this crap happened, okay? It's a beautiful thing because you get to run down the field as hard as you fucking can and absolutely smack the shit out of somebody.
Except they don't fucking let you do that anymore.
It's bullshit.
There's no wedge on returns. There's no fucking running starts on kickoffs. They brought the fair catch into the kickoff. This is going to make it so there's more returns, there's more action. And who fucking cares if it looks weird? Like,
looks dumb as shit.
I don't understand why people are against
XFL, this. And it looked pretty fun in the XFL, so I don't see
That's what I thought
it
too.
wouldn't work in the NFL.
I don't know.
Wait, hold up. I haven't heard anything about the kickoff. Someone fill me in.
So basically, instead of like the kicker and the defenders on the kicking team starting at the same position on like the 35-yard line or whatever it is.
It was like 10 yards apart they are?
Yeah, they'll now start, I forget what where the NFL is putting it, but like say on the other 40-yard line, the defending people on the kickers team would be on the 50, and then the return team would be on the 30, and then the returner would be way far back. And then the kicker starts on their own like 35 or 40 or whatever it is. So basically, the kicker kicks it to the return team, and the kick has to land in between like the 20 and the goal line. And that is considered like a returnable ball. And then no one can move until the fucking returner fields the football. And then they can start hitting each other. So there's no like running start with anything. And if it goes through the back of the end zone, I think they're bumping it to like it was either the 30 or the 35.
That's horseshit. Leave it at the 30. 35 is too much, dude.
Well, it's enforce more returns though, because if you kick it through the back of everyone was just kicking it through the back of the end zone because they were like, hey, they only start at like the 25. Who cares then? We're not going to even give them a shot to return it. Now it's forcing more people to return it, which is more action to the game, and it's quote unquote safer, which I like.
I like all the memes where it's like we're going to be playing flag football by 2030.
Well, that's where we're headed with this fucking hip drop tackle stuff. It's crazy. How are you supposed to tackle someone from behind if you can't run up behind them, use your body weight to bring them down?
Back.
You can't fucking do that. You can't scoop them up and slam them to the ground.
Hurt politely.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to lay down on the ground.
You got to tap him on the shoulder and be like, hey,
buddy, lay down on the ground,
sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. Excuse me,
It's
sir.
gonna be like when we played in high school and you can only do two-hand touch. Just fucking, I got you. I got you. You're down over here.
Pretty much. Like,
don't you mean middle school, not high school, buddy?
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind sitting down for me? Yeah. And actually, I got you right here.
I'm gonna get you a nice caramel frappe if you just lay down right now.
Yeah. And then you got to tuck him in and give him a kiss goodnight.
Yep.
So stupid.
Warm the milk up.
The South Park episode where we were playing that modified NFL game.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They're like wearing bras and like tinfoil hats.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the NFL.
Fuck it, it's a field goal.
Right. It's pretty much where we're headed.
I saw it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the NFL by 2030, and that's just like, I don't know, Clark, but it's a fucking field.
It got mixed reactions too. I saw from a bunch of NFL players. Some were for it, surprisingly, and a lot of them, like mainly defensive players, which rightfully so, were against it. Like they make it so hard to play defense now because you can't hip drop tackle. You can't pick them up and like fucking slam them at all. You can't grab them up by the neck at all. You can't hit people with leading with your helmet. You can't fucking do that anymore. You can't like when you're hitting a quarterback, you can't land with your body weight on him. You can't go at his knees. You can't fucking hit him too high. What do you want him to do?
I would like to pull up another fact that I saw. I think it was JJ Watt, who was on the Pat McAfee show when they were talking about this. He said, he was like, well, where's the justice for the D-line? Because O-line can just chop block all day.
Oh, yeah.
Same with running backs. They can just chop block all day. So
they're not concerned about those leg injuries.
They don't give a shit about those leg injuries. Our linebackers, too, that run up in the pocket and get chop block. Oh, there's your ACL, gone for the season. They don't care about those people.
I think the likely plot to it is that the NFL wants scoring to be up because I heard scoring was down from last year and they want it to be a more action-packed game. And you know what that means? More high-scoring games, which I don't like. I mean, why does every game have to be...
So it's going to be NBA and NFL. The NFL just...
Yes, the best games of all time, they say, are like the shootout games. Like, remember the Rams and Chiefs and like, what was that, 2018? It was like Monday Night Football. Each of them put up over 40 points. There was one time the Packers played the Cardinals in it was like the divisional round or something. They both put up over 40 and like, yeah, those do ratings, but doesn't it ruin the integrity of the game to like forcefully make people score this much? Like whatever happened to a good defensive battle, whatever happened to like a good,
what happened to defense
pitcher's duel,
games.
basically. Like,
yeah.
And it's not that anymore. That used to be the model of the game is that defense wins championships, but now you really need to invest in the offense because that's what the game is catered to now. It's molded to offense.
Yeah.
They're changing the script. It's not in the margin notes no more.
Quarterbacks and wide receivers.
Yeah.
Not even running backs.
It's all about action-packed stuff, which is ridiculous. You can't do anything on defense.
Yep. You're boned.
So do you think this is going to last?
I sure as hell hope not.
No, you don't think so?
I don't think so.
What do you think, Nick? Do you think this is going to last?
It's definitely not going to last. Even the NFLPA was like, this is bullshit.
How did this pass, too? That's my question.
Fucking Roger Goodell.
So, like, is this something they voted
on? That bitch. That, like, skinky little bitch.
No, I know, it wasn't even Goodell. It was other NFL coaches.
Like, the franchises, I thought, I have to, like, vote on it for it to pass. That's what happened with, like, they're moving the trade deadline back to week 9 now instead of week 8. And that's something I thought they had to vote on. The new kickoff rules is something they voted on.
That's dumb.
So
these are all coaches. Actually, they're more. I think it's more the owners, owners and coaches. Like it's a combination of all of them, and they're all fucking stupid.
Yeah. And like, what happened to paying these guys a premium for the sport they're playing? Like, football is a dangerous sport.
That's why you get
Bro, they
paid.
still
That's
are.
why you get paid as much
Look at
as you
Justin
do.
Jefferson.
You're playing like you're at the highest level with the most risk for injury.
Right.
You know, this is it. Like this, you go out there, you sign. If
That's
you
the
sign
risk you're
a
willing
$10
to
million
take.
contract, you are set for the rest of your life in the NFL.
Yeah.
Even a $1 million contract. Because say you don't play another year, say you play another year for another $1 million. Okay, well now I have at least $2 million. Okay, that I've been paid, or I'm gonna get paid. Take $1 million of that, throw it in the stocks, and you're good.
Exactly.
You invest in a company or something, and you're fucking set for the rest of your life. You don't have to do jack shit.
It's crazy. I understand too.
Yeah.
Like, they want these players to be healthy after their time in the game, but like, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, because he's like, my ankles are going out, and I want to have time with my family.
Well, maybe people just got to know when it's time to hang it up. Like Barry Sanders, he was done pretty early, but he's doing fine right now. Like, when it's time to hang it up, you know when you got to hang it up because your body can't take it anymore.
Yeah, and if you don't, well, then you're gonna get hurt, and that's your problem.
Right.
Like that's your fault for staying in.
That's the risk that they knew that they were entering to. This is why they get paid so much money. Like they know what they're getting into.
Exactly.
Jarrett, weren't you the one saying it's stated in their contract? Like the injury risk is literally stated in the contract that they're signing?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
so why make the game like understand like we want less like severe injuries, but like at the same time you're gonna still get those cramps. You're still gonna have that. You're still gonna have a torn ACL and still all that because you're playing a game that's highly like very intense, and you knew that this was gonna happen. So why are you dumbing down all these fucking basic football shit?
I don't know, man. It's ruining the sport, honestly.
I mean, like, so let's take Nick Chubb injury for example.
Yeah,
he got caught in a weird position. It was an accident. It happens. Like, okay, that was probably the worst injury of last year.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Also, at the same time, like Alex Smith's injury, like it happened. Like there was no way, like there was nothing wrong with that tackle, but he got fucked up.
Right.
Like he fucking destroyed his knee. He got infected, and he needed to go through therapy and everything. But that's the game. That's football. That was a normal tackle. Like,
and
there's
like,
nothing
these defenses can do these textbook, by the book tackles, and sometimes people just get injured.
Fucked. Yeah, sometimes you get landed on the wrong way. You say crack a rib, or your ankle gets caught in the turf, and twitch.
It's shitty, but it happens.
But it happens.
That's
what they really
the risk
need
of the
to
sport.
fix is the fucking fields, because that's what's also causing all
Bring
this
back
fucking
grass,
injury.
baby.
But they don't want to fucking fix that. But they want to fucking take out a stupid like textbook tackle.
Yeah. Yet for when the fucking World Cup comes to America in like 2026 or whatever it is, they'll fucking rip up all the turf fields and put grass for that, but they won't put it for NFL teams.
Yeah.
Like, where's the point in this? Where does this make sense?
There's a reason teams playing on grass fields.
Yeah.
It's not because they get slippery when it's wet. It's not because it's like, oh, I don't get turf burn. No, it's because it's what they grew up playing on.
Yeah.
It's what you don't get hurt on. It's what
it has
intended to be played on.
So much more give to the turf. Like
turf, if you step on it the wrong way and you're going max tilt, you're tearing something. You're fucking something up.
There's one video of Lane Johnson tackle for the Eagles. Someone like lunged into his knee or whatever it was, and like it made a very awkward like kind of buckle, but since he was on grass, it was able to just give way and his foot like slipped backwards instead of like fucking tearing his ACL or tearing his meniscus or anything like that. So I think you really have to look at the field surface. That needs to be a big part of this, and not trying to police how people tackle and like trying to take away all these little niche things that like, I think I heard earlier, I was listening to Part of My Take, and they were talking about this, and they were saying 15 injuries happened last year from a hip drop tackle, when there was like over 300, I think, hip drop tackles. And
what's that percentage? Right? Did they say?
It's I don't know if they said the percentage. It's not high. So
0.5%, I think.
why do we keep going at this, like chipping away at this a little bit? You know, like you're not allowed to hit people big over the middle anymore. You're not allowed to wrap them up from behind and drag them down. You can't land with your body weight on them. What do you want them to do?
I mean, shit, you can get hurt just trying to catch a fucking football.
Yeah,
What
it's
happens if that
just
happens in
ask
the NFL
Dalton.
too many times? Are they just going to start throwing foam footballs? Like,
Yeah,
there's only so much you
Nerf
can
footballs, dude.
Fucking quarterbacks hurt their thumbs.
The
Like,
Nerf
are they gonna
football.
They're
ban
throwing
throwing?
with the Nerf blitz ball. Honestly, I'd pay to watch that.
You should give them one of
do.
those
Dude,
with
the
a whistle on the
freaking
back.
whistle ball. Just
No, not
The vortex.
not the whistle ball.
I know what you're talking about.
The rubber coated foam
Yeah.
ball.
I
Those
have
things
one of
I
those.
know
were,
which
are
one you're
sick.
talking about, but I also suggested the whistle ball.
dude, those things made you make sure you caught with your hands, because if you didn't, you were getting a stinger right to the chest.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if it was middle of winter, that thing is like a fucking
brick.
solid ice chunk going straight into your sternum. It's like, oh man,
Those were where it's at, man.
fuck yeah!
Oh, I
I need to
love that.
find one of those on like eBay or something.
Start whipping those around.
Maybe
We
I got
want-
one buried at my mom's house somewhere.
Make that a rule change.
I got
Only
one at
the
my
Nerf
dad's.
footballs.
Somewhere.
Dude, break out the Nerf football. Let's
Only
go.
the
I used to have a
blitzball.
green one. I used to have a green, like that Nerf football, like the foam one with the black.
We'll do a
on it.
giveaway on a fucking on one of those.
Do you
Get
think we
the-
can print hard
Don't
count
Nick,
heroes?
stop promising
Nerf
giveaways. You don't
footballs?
follow through.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
All right.
Nick's a different
please
case.
don't
Way to
Don't
go,
worry
Nick.
about
You
Nick.
ruined
Don't worry
my
about Nick.
point.
all right. We're moving on here. So, I saw this on Instagram. It was kind of a little side caption thing that I thought would be interesting.
Oh boy.
Now, is it weird to be a fan of a college you did not attend?
I saw this.
Yeah.
No, it is fucking not.
I know it's not. Depends. Like for Michigan, they have, two different colleges. You can go Michigan State, or you can be a Central fan. That's another D1 school. It's like, okay.
They have a lot. They have Eastern
I'm
Michigan,
fine if
Western
it's
Michigan.
like within the state that you live in, but like if you like some other team that's not from your state, like say
What if you live in Alaska? And you want to be
fucking I'm a Michigan fan, it's just fucking weird. You're like, okay. You're
What
not
if you had a
even from
connection to Michigan?
unless you actually went to Michigan.
Well, like say your brother, like say
Yeah,
your
say my
grandpa
brother.
went to Michigan.
grandma, somebody went to Michigan or whatever.
Yeah,
Well, that's fine. You know what? I'll allow that.
you'll allow
Well,
that.
like, if
what
you're
if you
just
live in
like-
Alaska and you don't want to be
If like there's
a fan
not
of
even like
Alaska?
Right.
any part of your family or anything like that, or like there's no correlation and you're just like a fan because you're just a fan of them, like that's just weird.
Okay, Nick, I have a question for you. Say you live in
Yeah.
Alaska, okay?
Yeah.
And say you took a trip, to Washington, okay?
Yeah.
You went to
Yeah.
Oregon. You're like, man, shit's pretty nice. So,
Yeah.
maybe you're like, oh, maybe I like Oregon, and start watching their football and stuff, And then, oh, you know what? Maybe I want to go to North Carolina, check out North Carolina. Oh, I like North Carolina too. They got some pretty dope shit here. And
Yeah.
maybe I want to cheer for both of them. What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
I get
of
it
course
if
I would
it's-
hear that from the fucking closet Lions fan.
I don't think there's.
How old
You
is
gotta set you one up on that.
buddy? He's gonna keep running with this
Dude.
until the day he loses his fucking.
You kind of walked yourself into that one though. But no,
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you. I don't think it's wrong to root for two different colleges. Like,
Well, not even different colleges, just like different. Like, say you live in Montana, or what do you Montana
Yeah.
State? Really? Like, come on.
it's teams that are FCS teams. They're not even like bowl series.
Yeah.
Like if you want to root for a bowl series team like an FBS team, then that makes sense. Like I personally, March Madness going on, I was rooting for. I don't really even follow college basketball that much, but when March Madness comes around, something
It's
just
you
clicks.
get- it's
Or
it's
the
cult.
tournament's just awesome to follow.
Yeah.
So I root for Wisconsin and Marquette because they're both from Wisconsin. So Marquette advanced into the Sweet 16. Wisconsin got their ass kicked by JMU. So what does that tell you? But so I'm like, now I'm all in on the Golden Eagles. I'm like, let's fucking go Golden Eagles, baby. They're probably not going to make it to the championship, but
Games start back up tomorrow.
yeah, it's true. They play NC State. NC
Oh.
State's been on a run. They've been kind of
I have
crazy.
NC State beating them, so
Oh
sorry.
boy, I have Marquette winning it all. I filled out one bracket, dude.
But I filled out one bracket too, and I think I got UConn going to the chip and winning the chip.
Mine was nutty though. Like I really kind of fucked around on it. I had like Utah State making it into the Final Four as an 8th seed, and like that didn't happen.
No way.
And then UConn in the Final Four. I think I had Marquette in there, and then there was another Fuck, I don't remember who I had in there. Alabama, maybe? I don't know.
I have 460 points out of 1,620
Not
max.
bad. Yeah, but
Fucking, like, I had Oregon beating. I had a 16 seed beating somebody, and they fucking won. Or no, I had a 11 seed Oregon beating
oh yeah.
fucking. Where'd it go? Where do they play first round?
I forget who had like it was a crazy like a 15 seed or something, or like someone really was it,
Oregon beat South Carolina.
I know Yale beat someone and then that fucked everyone's bracket. And then there was
I think I
another one
picked
where
Yale.
oh, it was Oakland, the Golden Grizzlies, dude.
Yeah, that's who it was.
They
Oh,
beat
I
Golden
seen.
Grizzlies.
No, I seen the last of that game.
Did you? And that was crazy.
Yeah.
Jack Golke, white boy of the year.
Hey, he's a legend.
Dude's a legend. He
And
like
then-
shoots nothing but threes. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
80 to 76.
I don't
then
even give a shit if they lost on
Colorado beat
32.
Florida. You know, like
Yeah.
just shit like that, man.
Well, there's upsets every year, and like we don't typically do basketball, but like people think they're bracket fucking analysts, or they think they're like they do all this research, and the fucking Ken Palm score on their defense isn't good enough or whatever. No way they're not making it in there. And then usually all those guys like get destroyed by their girlfriends or something who just pick the teams based off of the mascots they like.
No, I literally went off of I'm like, I haven't heard about this team in a while. You know, I literally don't follow college basketball until March Madness.
Just
After,
way.
then after, and I literally was like, I heard UConn, yeah, 1v16, San Diego State, I'll pick them. And then it's like, just Illinois, yeah, Iowa State, North Carolina, Bama. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go Oregon, because Oregon's always been pretty good.
Yeah.
Oregon, and then North Carolina beat Kentucky. Wait, no, who beat Kentucky? Longwood.
Oakland.
Oh, wait.
Oakland beat Kentucky.
Oh no, yeah. Oakland beat Kentucky.
Yeah.
And that screwed a lot of people's brackets.
Oh yeah, dude. Like my knowledge of college basketball is like I know the blue blood teams. Like I know North Carolina, Duke, Kentucky. Those guys are all usually pretty good at basketball. Purdue's usually pretty good, and like a couple other teams. And after that, it just stops. I'm like, I don't know shit after that. So
yeah,
you go in there, like you pick your bracket, and you're just kind of like,
March
Madness will work.
March Madness in its own is a completely different animal.
Just sprinkling an upset a little bit here and there.
Yeah, the script writers, they script
writers. Yeah,
throw a little pixie dust in there.
It's crazy though, because that's like
you
only
get an upset, and you get an upset.
That format would not work with college football, and it would not work with college baseball. I don't think.
No, it only works in
68 teams.
4.
Well, 68 because round the first 4.
Yeah, the first 4.
2 like playing games basically, or 4 playing games, whatever the fuck it is.
People don't really count.
But 64 fucking teams in there, and like football, you can never do that just because the physicality of the game, like we were talking about. The fact that they're doing a 12-team college football playoff is kind of nutty.
Yeah.
And now they're going to go to a 14-team. We talked about this last week. You weren't here to talk about this though. But
no.
What do you think of going to 14 teams?
I mean, what?
College football playoff. They're starting with 12 this year. Then like a year or two down the road, they're going to 14. So then the 1 seed and the 2 seed get a bye.
Oh, seems fine by me. More college football, baby.
I guess so. It's going to be crazy. Hello. If you're hearing this, I regret to inform you that our audio equipment decided to take a shit and not work for the rest of the podcast, so you wouldn't be able to hear my audio or Bryce's audio. So unfortunately, we have to scrap the like 20 to 25-ish minutes we did at the end. It wasn't much we missed on. We did a blind ranking of the March Madness team names. We talked a little bit about what our second favorite sport is. And then just talked a little bit about Deion Sanders dictating where his son Shadur and Travis Hunter will go, which is kind of ridiculous. So drop the ball on this one. I will say that technically I am the producer, but we do not have a professional producer to recognize when stuff like this goes wrong. So we're going to wear this one on the chest. That's on us. And I apologize for this episode being so short. Now, may I say that if you were to purchase some Rogue Energy, we'd be able to purchase some better mics and better audio equipment and have a professional producer. So if you want to purchase Rogue, use code HARDCOUNT to get 10% off at rogueenergy.com. Yeah. So, I mean, have a good one, guys. I'm sorry. And we'll do better next week. Maybe. No promises.